especially when you factor in the person. To throw is Jackson. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. Nice big gain there from Marquise Brown, first-round pick out of Oklahoma. Of course, his cousin knows a thing or two about big catches in the NFL. That's Antonio Brown. And now Hollywood hoping to carry on the family tradition of solid production at the wide receiver position. Throwing now, Jackson on first down. They set up the screen to Hill. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. A lot of attention paid this week in practice to red zone offense. The coach was optimistic about how it went. We'll see. On first and 10, it's Jackson. And it's caught. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Marquise Brown, his second touchdown on the season. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Tucker with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Big Ben and the Steelers with a first and 10 at their 25-yard line. This is a guy who made a Pro Bowl in his second season, James Conner. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now Roethlisberger. And he connects with Vance McDonald. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a first and 10. On first and 10 is Conner. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Out of the shotgun, they'll run with Conner. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Up front, the struggles continue for this offense among the line. What can they do? Change the play calling? What?
I think part of that, yes, changing some of the play calls, some screens, some draws, some misdirection. You want to run any type of a play that will influence these guys to continue to get upfield and find a way to use that against them and slip things in behind them. So some quick passes could work as well.
The UCLA product, Kenny Young, had the tackle. From midfield now, here's Roethlisberger. And he finds McDonald. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 31-yard line.
Here we go. Block 80. Nichols, 66.
On first and 10, it's Roethlisberger. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. Charles, that makes now 5 interceptions in not even 5 quarters. Remember, he threw 4 picks last week.
And this turns into a tough situation because a lot of fans, the first thing is, oh, well, we need to change quarterbacks. This is your guy. This is your elite player. You can't just take him out like that. If I'm the coach, I make a little joke and say, you know, some big guy, we're going to change the football. So it's obvious that's the problem. It's not you. Keep firing.
And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Able to find a lot of empty space there, picking up the first down at a 21-yard gain. This is the rookie from Oklahoma State, Justice Hill. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down. On 2nd and 11 now. Jackson. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Marquise Brown, the rookie, his intended target, and it's 3rd down.
Well, you've got a receiver here who's got 1 touchdown already in this first quarter, and they were trying to double his pleasure there, wanting to continue to go to the guys already gotten into the end zone. But good coverage to make sure that this time it fell incomplete.
Play action. It's Jackson. That'll be taken in there by Miles Boykin. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 29-yard line.
16 yards. First down, Raiders.
They'll throw on first down to Jackson. Caught by Snead over the middle. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. 16 yards, a little deja vu from the previous play where they got 16. From the red zone now, here's Jackson on first down. Eluding the pressure right. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete.
Thrown to the sideline and incomplete. It leads to 2nd and 10.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw is Jackson. To throw again. They go screen. This is Ingram. So he got free of 1 tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. Give him 5 on the screen play, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5.
26 Mike. Touchdown, defense.
Jackson will throw again. And he nearly got the first himself, but it appears he's going to be about a yard or 2 short. He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own, but it also brings up 4th down. They're running. Ingram. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. Mark Ingram. His 3rd touchdown now on the year as the Ravens push further out in front. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and it's now 14-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Fielded about a yard deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything, at least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. They'll throw on first down with Roethlisberger. And the reception made by Dante Moncrief. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. An excellent pickup of 20 yards. Think about some of the memorable performances that Ben Roethlisberger's had over the years, and one of them came against the Ravens. He threw 6 touchdowns back in 2004. And he's taken to the ground, but he was pulled down by the face mask. Here come the flags. And I believe this is going to be a first down. Marching in for the sack, Matthew Judon. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. They're going to be stopped up on this first down run. He might have gotten back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. Patrick Onwuasor up to make the tackle. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Shotgun handoff to Samuels. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
On 3rd down, Roethlisberger able to find Switzer. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 19.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he? That is caught. It's Juju for the Steeler touchdown. Juju Smith-Schuster. His first touchdown on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Boswell good with the extra point, and that'll make our score 14-7. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone. For a touchback.
25-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Now, right now, they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now,
Jackson hit, and he lost the football. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a first down. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Here's Jackson. 36 yards on the play.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. That little arc on it, he's got to find a way to get his head around and make the play on the football.
And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. Hollywood Brown, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down. They're going for a receiver there. Already has 1 touchdown in this first half. A second one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored 1, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful.
So with the completed pass and the yardage they got, they'll decline the penalty.
So obviously, more yards on the pass completion than they would have gained with the penalty. They did the math. They did it well, and it works for them.
So the ball's moved to about the 1 after the penalty, 1st and goal. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Bud Dupree. He's at the 50, the 40, 30. Past the 20. And what a return as he brings this all the way back down to the 20-yard line. Well, this was a 14-0 game not too long ago. Things were looking pretty good. Then you give up the touchdown on the last drive. Now the interception.
So that's a lesson in trying to stay vigilant, isn't it? You have to stay on top of things. Can't relax too much because, as you noted, things change. Now they've got to go out there and get a spark going again and try and slow down this comeback.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Ryan Switzer, the one he was looking for. And that'll bring up second down. Here's Roethlisberger. His throw caught at about the 5. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up first and goal. And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. Power on power, but he's not going to get in. Call it no gain, and it's going to be second and goal.
Leads to second and goal at the 1-yard line.
Another shot from the 1 on second and goal. They'll try to run it. This is Connor. And he is not going to get in as the big bodies stop him at the 1. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. So now it's third and goal. This Raven defense trying to keep him out of the end zone. Here's Roethlisberger. And that's knocked away and incomplete. Defensively, that's Earl Thomas, the all-pro safety, knocking it free. So they opted to pass for it on third and goal. Let's see what they do on fourth and goal.
Well, I think they threw it with the idea that if they didn't get it, they would go for it on fourth and goal. So they've got another play in their pocket. They're going to have to call it right now. No field goal here.
Boswell signed to a 4-year deal prior to last season, but he struggled a little bit.
Yeah, do you think that they saw 13 of 20 when they signed him to a 4-year deal?
Not at all.
Needs a big bounce back in 2019 if he wants to see the end of that contract.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something.
Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. T.J. Watt causing the disruption. He gets the sack.
It's second down.
So we've reached halftime here, and we now proceed to the start of the second half.
14. Steelers.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They've talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Easy. Check 50.
Now it's Roethlisberger to Switzer over the middle. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 12 yards there and a first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
No foul.
Check 48's the mic. Check 48's the mic.
Here's Roethlisberger to throw. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
He's an absolute oak tree in the pocket because he is so hard to get on the ground. Not as elusive as he used to be, but still, trying to get him down, tough for any defender. In that case, he's able to move just enough. Incomplete pass downfield.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Tight end's right. Hey. You got
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. An excellent gain, 35 yards. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Ben to throw again. Looking for Moncrief, and it's intercepted. Picked off here by Jimmy Smith. And he will bring this across midfield to the 49-yard line. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance.
A big seam, and he might go all the way. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Justice Hill, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Ravens turn that interception into a touchdown. Tucker with the extra point, and that makes it a 21-10 game. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
So 2nd and inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker. Here's Samuels. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They'll pick up another first down with that run.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Great coverage there all around. Really didn't have many options to throw the football.
Very little chance that that one was going to be completed. Every receiver was locked up.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41.
Check.
Now it's Roethlisberger. He's going to launch it for Washington. And Big Ben intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
First down, Ravens.
First down, and it's Hill again. And this will go for 5 up to the 33.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. They go play action with Jackson. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Javon Hargrave, the D tackle, getting the sack. Well, you don't usually get a sack from a nose tackle spot, but we got one there.
No, we don't, and a lot of the times in passing situations, they end up off the field anyway. So how happy was he to work his way back to the quarterback and put him on the ground? He's going to end up with a nickname after something like that, some Big Jelly or something like that.
To throw is Jackson. And he's got his man, Marquise Brown. And they work this well upfield across the 45. The play began back at the 23, and they pick up 23. Jackson on first down. He's going to loft one deep left side here. He's got it at the 15. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Miles Boykin, his 2nd touchdown on the season as the Ravens push further out in front. Extra point hugged the upright a bit, but he gets it to go. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we're having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you've got to do something to make it pass, and that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. James Conner. His fourth touchdown on the year. And the Steelers are able to close the gap just a bit. Extra point put through by Boswell. And the lead is down to 11 at 28-17. Set now to K, and off it goes. This is taken at the 3. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter where you start with the football now, they have to feel great about their opportunity.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
At the 19-yard line.
Here's Hill one more time. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Let's go. Pittsburgh. 98 tonight. I'm here all day. I'm here all day.
From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. Back now in Pittsburgh. It's the Steelers with the football, but trailing here as we get going in quarter number 4.
Like 80. Man, I got you. Man, I got you.
Following the fumble recovery, it's Roethlisberger. And this is caught at the 8. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll look to run with Conner, and they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Loss of 2 brings up 2nd and goal at the 5-yard line.
Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal.
Too little, Captain.
Now Roethlisberger to throw. The quick slant caught. 5 yards that time on the completion, and now it's 3rd and goal.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Big Ben going to take it himself, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Ben Roethlisberger. His 3rd touchdown of the game, 10th on the year, as his guys are back within a single score.
Check 48's the mic. Check 48's the mic. Get that quarterback, T. 50. Get that quarterback, T-line. T-line, get that quarterback.
this time, Roethlisberger will throw.
It's interesting that when it comes to two-point conversions, even heavy run teams tend to throw the ball in these situations. In this case, this one was intercepted.
Yeah, they weren't fooled. They were ready for the pass, picked it off. This will be taken to the back of the end zone.
The Ravens take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You've got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive. Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Jackson now. Short throw underneath to Hurst. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. A gain of 13. It's a first down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Here's Jackson. Steps away to his left. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. And he takes it back to the house. A fumble recovery for a Steelers score. And a big turning point here in the second half, Charles, after that play.
All you're trying to do is change momentum, flip things around for your team. You're just trying to take the ball away. How about when you take it away and score? That really changes things.
Now Roethlisberger. And it's intercepted at the goal line. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they weren't on the sidelines for long, but I'll tell you what, I'm glad you and I weren't down there. We could hear the coaches from all the way up here. They were adamant, you've got to hold up. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Sean Davis with a pick, and his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game, and you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Matt Judon able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Here's Jordan Berry now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. With it is Brown. A great return there of 22 yards. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. 4th quarter, 2 minutes on the clock in a tight 1-point game. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now, that's 9 interceptions in this two-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. They pick up 11 in addition to moving the chains. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. This is Connor. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. On 2nd down, Connor looking for space. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. James Conner with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Steelers capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Boswell good with the extra point, and that will ensure that it will take a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to tie it. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They're down here in a one-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what...
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Bud Dupree in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 13. He'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds remaining. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. Jackson to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down. That would have been a tough catch, but in this 2-minute drill, those are the ones you really hope your guys come.
You want your guy to be able to take the out because it was a tough catch. You needed him to come up with that one, because if he does, it alters the perspective of this 2-minute drill, doesn't it?
Flushed out right. He's going to let it fly. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And my goodness, that means this next drive will begin 4 yards from the end zone already.
Roethlisberger on the keeper. It's a loss of 1. Brings up 2nd and goal at the Ravens' 6-yard line.
2nd and goal from the 6 this time. A great come-from-behind victory in this one, Charles, and really the difference, obviously, was that 4th quarter. They dominated.
And it has to start